Adam Schiff doesn't want you to see Fisa memo. You'll be furious to find out why. By Dan Lindsay, Politics U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. Democrat Representative Adam Schiff of California has announced that he doesn't want to release the damning Fisa memo that's been making national headlines over last week. You don't want to miss this, and you'll be furious to find out why he wants to keep it a secret and doesn't want you to see it. In the past week, over 60 GOP lawmakers have publicly demanded that the Fisa memo exposing the true extent of corruption between Barack Obama, the FBI, and Department of Justice be released. Some have even gone as far as to call the memo worse than Watergate, according to the Gateway pundit. During a recent interview with CNN, Schiff gave the insane reason that he doesn't want Americans to see the memo, and it's enough to make your blood boil. As Schiff spoke with CNN's Anna Cabrera, she asked him, "Let me ask you about the Russia investigation. I can't have you here and not, especially given how much we talked about it in the first year of the presidency. And now, if you turn on any conservative media, they keep talking about this Nunes memo, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, that he's put out there and many Republicans have taken a look at, and they want it made public. Can you tell us exactly why is it?" Schiff knows that the evidence contained in the Fisa memo would send several of his liberal hack buddies to jail, doesn't he? His response was not only pathetic, but outrageous as well. It is essentially a set of talking points that the Republican intel staff drafted based on the highly classified material, which most of the Republican members were forced to acknowledge. They've not even read it, Schiff began. Let's just take a listen at this idiot here.
But if you come to us, you can't tell us it's our way or the highway.
Let me ask you about the Russia investigation, because I can't have you here and not, especially given how much we talked about it in the first year of the presidency. And now, if you turn on any conservative media, they keep talking about this Nunes memo, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee that he's put out there, and many Republicans have taken a look at it. They want it made public. Can you tell us about this memo? What exactly is it?
It is essentially a set of talking points that the Republican intel staff drafted based on highly classified materials, which most of the Republican members were forced to acknowledge they've not even read, so they don't know how distorted these talking points are. But as part of the narrative they want to push out, and interestingly enough, they've made common cause once again with Russian bots, because Russian bots are pushing their narrative out there. It's in a redux of the campaign. We have Julian Assange and WikiLeaks and Russian trolls and bots saying, you know, hashtag whatever the GOP narrative is. That ought to tell you a lot about what's driving this, and that is...
Why not allow people to look at it and let Americans make the decision for themselves about whether it's useful information or not?
Well, because the American people, unfortunately, don't have the underlying materials, and therefore they can't see how distorted and misleading this document is. The Republicans are not saying make the underlying materials available to the public. They just want to make the spin available to the public. And I think that spin, which is a fulsome attack on the FBI, is just designed to attack the FBI and Bob Mueller to circle the wagons for the White House. And that's a terrible disservice to the people, hardworking people at the Bureau. But more than that, it's a disservice to the country.
Adam Schiff, Congressman, thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll talk to you.
You know, these bureaucrats that we are paying have no shame in lying, straight out lying. This sounds a lot like liberal arguments from the past. Representative Schiff is essentially saying that Americans are too stupid to understand the Fisa memo and formulate ideas for themselves. Haven't Democrats learned that this tactic of trying to hide the truth doesn't work anymore? Schiff should be ashamed of himself? No, I think he should be put away with his fancy suit and tie. Put him in Gitmo, that's what I say. According to the Washington Examiner, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte and House Oversight Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy held a meeting with the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes over the weekend to formulate a plan to get the Fisa memo released. It's only a matter of time before Adam Schiff eats his words and Americans get to see once and for all how corrupt the Democrat Party really is. If successful, the three committee chairmen are expecting to see the memo released within the next 3 weeks. There are a few people in the liberal camp who will probably need to start getting their affairs in order and prepare for prison, as several members of the GOP have stated that heads will roll and people will go to jail. So true. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.